The world of defense technology is on the brink of a major transformation. Picture this: Germany, by 2026, is set to host episodic deployments of U.S. longer-range missile systems, Tomahawk cruise missiles, Standard Missile 6 interceptors converted for ground launch, and next-generation hypersonic weapons like the Dark Eagle. These advanced systems will be managed by the U.S. Army's Multi-Domain Task Force in Wiesbaden and integrated into NATO's deterrence strategy. Artsuck.news. +8. Reuters. +8. SUT, Europe currency ist Sicherheitstechnik. +8. This move is monumental. Since the collapse of the INF Treaty in 2019, which banned ground-launched missiles with a range of 500 to 5,500 kilometers, the door has opened wide for a new era of longer-range capabilities. Business Insider. +5. Reuters. +5. Reuters. +5. Why now? Russia's intensified missile use in Ukraine has shook Europe's security foundations, laying bare the critical absence of deeper strike, lander-based systems. NATO allies pivoted hard. At the July 2024 summit, France, Germany, Italy, and Poland inked a letter of intent to develop European ground-launched cruise missiles beyond 500 kilometers and even up to 2,000 kilometers in the future. Stiftung Wissenschaft und Politik, SWP. +5. Reuters. +5. Business Insider. +5. Still, Europe's own systems, like Storm Shadow and Taurus, only hit around 500 kilometers. The Tomahawk, by contrast, boasts a truly deep-reach networked cruise profile over 1,600 to 2,500 kilometers range. The SMA-6 can reach 1,600 kilometers or more when ground-based. The hypersonic Dark Eagle stretches to an astonishing 3,000 kilometers. Defense News +8. The Aviationist +8. SUT, Europe currency ist Sicherheitstechnik +8. Let's zoom into Germany's domestic angle. The nation isn't just accepting missiles, it's co-developing platforms. Metall and Lockheed Martin are producing GMARS, the Global Mobile Artillery Rocket System, a 408 km range-wheeled MLRS capable of firing at ATACMS and precision strike missiles. Stiftung Wissenschaft und Politik, SWP. +14. Army recognition. +14. Wikipedia. +14. This system, based on the HX-8A-H chassis, signals Germany's strategic pivot to lander-mobile deeper strike autonomy. Moreover, Germany is expanding its air defense with systems like Skyranger 30 on-boxer vehicles armed with Stinger missiles, IRISA TSLM for medium range, Patriot, MEMA 104, for longer range, and Arrow 3 exoatmospheric interceptors under the European Sky Shield Initiative. Wikipedia. Wikipedia. +1. Wikipedia. +1. So alongside offensive systems, defensive layers are being built. Back to that 2026 deployment. It's episodic on paper, but it signals a shift toward broader basing, permanent stationing possibly to follow. Germany's government, including Defense Minister Pistorius and Chancellor Scholz, endorse this realignment as a News +1 SUT, Europe currency ist Sicherheitstechnik +1. The U.S. Army's Multi-Domain Task Force already has an LRFB Longer Range Fires Battalion tracking through its establishment. These capabilities have been tested in places like the Philippines and the Pacific, but Europe is next. Business Insider +5. Defense News +5. The Aviationist +5. think units with MRC Typhoon launchers structured to fire both SMASIX and Tomahawk and LRHW hypersonics all from the same vehicle. GMAS in this mix gives German forces indigenous deeper strike capacity, complementing US episodic missile lifts breaking defense +11 the Aviationist +11 Arms Control Association +11 Army recognition. Political hurdles remain. Moscow condemns the deployments as existential threats and vowed countermeasures. The Guardian +1 Stiftung Wissenschaft und Politik, SWP, +1. Paris, Berlin, and allies consider this a measured balancing to avoid a fuller-blown arms race, hoping to open diplomacy by tethering their deployment ceilings to reciprocal limits. All this is underlain by a deeper European initiative, ELSA, the European Longer-Range Strike Approach, bringing together Germany, Britain, Italy, Poland, and Sweden to co-develop a missile with 2,000+ km range. Reuters. +2. Reuters. +2. Stiftung Wissenschaft und Politik, SWP. +2. So, our 2026 scenario in Germany is not merely hosting US missiles, it's part of a strategic mosaic: US episodic deep strike capability, German-built mobile launchers, EU partner-built missiles, defensive upgrades, and diplomatic framing. The result: a credible deterrence architecture on NATO's eastern flank. From a channel standpoint, let's weave in the human angle. Imagine shots of GMAS rolling out of Rheinmetall plants, drills at European exercises, SMASIX contractor loading simulations, FA-35s equipped with Kongsberg JSM missiles, and Patriot batteries on Dutch-German borders. Vivid. We should dissect each system. Tomahawk cruise missile SEAL launched but now grounder-based, GPSA-guided, 1,602,500 Macron km range, versatile strike with proven Ukraine performance. SMASIX missile originally anti-air/ballistic, now dual-use surface-to surface, 1,600 Macron km plus, integrated with Typhoon MRC launchers. Wikipedia +1 Defense blog +1. Dark Eagle, LRHW hypersonic Mach 5 plus weapon, 3,000 Macron km plus, limited details yet, first tests expected mid-2020s. GMAS 8A-, 8 truck, pod launcher firing GMLRS, ATACMS, PRSM. Germany US joint 400 Macron km range complements US systems. European cruise missile, ELSA, multinational project to build greater than 500 kilometers, aiming 1,000 2,000 kilometers ground-launched cruise weapons. Add defense, Sky Ranger 30, IRISA TSLM, Patriot, Arrow, a 3 multi-layered shield for air plus missile defense. Wikipedia +2 Wikipedia +2 Wikipedia +2. Then break into why this is happening now. Fallout from INF collapse. Russia-Ukraine war exposed yawning gaps. NATO summit agreements binding allies. Germany's internal security strategy 2023 onward. The Aviationist +1 Reuters +1 Defense News +1 Wikipedia +1 Breaking Defense Hope for Future Arms Control INF Treaty Light with Reciprocal Deployment Caps. Eurasia Business News +5 Stiftung Wissenschaft und Politik, SWP, +5 Business Insider +5. Let's then pivot to latest car update angle. I interpret as latest carrier update or narrative progression. So, by 2025, penetration tests with GMAS on truck chassis are nearing completion. Assembly plants in Germany and Poland accelerate. The US and Germany negotiate terms for forward troop rotations and command integration under MDTF. EU funding pipelines open for ELSA missile design and EDA procurement. Public debates in Bundestag and local German communities raise concerns over becoming missile hubs, but defense minister assures robust safety protocols and NATO oversight. Expect temporary battalions by late 2024, field testing in 2025, and full episodic deployment kicks off in Q2-Q3 2026. Permanent basing decisions tied to transatlantic diplomatic climates. Trump administration return complicates but hasn't quashed original Biden-era plans. Impact: Russian deterrence calculus now must account for deep strikes from Western Europe. NATO's eastern flank is more robust. European defense industry modernizes, aligning German industrial output with strategic needs. Joint command under NATO MDTF allows multi-domain integration: air, land, sea, cyber, space. The US flexes forward presence, but within alliance frameworks. Rapid by-summing narrative arc. Germany 2026 stands at a strategic inflection point, not just deploying US missiles but crafting its own, building regional defense autonomy, leveraging EU collaboration, and integrating in a layered defense and deterrence posture. Our video closes with questions for viewers. How will Russia respond? Can Europe build its own long-range missiles in time? Will Germany host permanent US missiles forever or only episodic? What about arms control diplomacy? Encourage comments and subscriptions.